Hello colleagues. This time an interesting topic to discuss about how to ask. Now corporates are by nature collaborative spaces, and collaborative spaces are successful not only because it provides but also because of people who are there who ask. And in this video we'll try to see how to ask successfully within a corporate setup. But first we'll consider some common rules, and then we will bring in the flavors of how to further make our ask effective based on whom we are approaching, based on whom we are asking, right? That's how we'll go. Let's see the common rules first. So first is, and it's the zeroth rule, and it is not related to your ask per se, but show your helpful side in general when you are not asking for help. So in general, be a helpful person. People who are helpful by nature, by their behavior in a corporate setup, tend to also receive help. So remember that basic, and it's rather obvious, but this is what happens. Now let's come to the rule one, a set of basic rules then. Always give context, whomsoever you are asking. It might take a couple more minutes for you to explain them what is happening and why it is worth it, why if your ask is fulfilled, what will happen. But do give the context as to what is happening, yeah? And always be frank and ask with sincerity and humility. This is the most important part. Your words must reflect it. This way you will appeal to the instinctive helpfulness that is there in other individuals. Yeah, so always be sincere and always be humble while you're asking, and time your ask well. Now this is obvious, but still I have seen people missing it. You don't ask for something very fundamental on a Monday morning to someone. You don't ask someone when that person is working very late night and busy solving some problems. So time your ask well. And one very, very critical thing, once your ask is fulfilled, always thank publicly. Yes, obviously you will thank that person one-on-one in a mail or in any other medium. That's fine, but also try to find a platform where you can thank this person publicly. And remember, these rules that we are talking about, they always apply, irrespective of whom you are asking. And now, one by one, we will see whom we are asking and how further tuning happens, right? So first, yeah, the asking to a manager or a super manager. When I say super manager, I mean in hierarchy, managers further hierarchy up. Yeah. So first thing, specify clearly, whom does it help? Whatever you are asking, whom does it help? Does it help you alone? Does it help your team? Does it help larger organization? And what it helps with? Does it increase motivation? Does it increase efficiency? Does it improve some deliveries? Does it remove some roadblocks? So that has to be very, very clear. And describe what they need to do from your perspective. And yet they should feel that they have full freedom with themselves whenever they are acting on it. Yeah. So on one hand, when you say what exactly you need, they understood that you have thought about it. Yeah. And at the other end, when you give them the freedom, they understand that they can decide if they feel like supporting you, if they like your proposal, they know how exactly they would like to go, and that you will not really be or things like that. And again, prepare a one-pager. This is a good suggestion from my perspective. Whether you show it or not is a different deal. You need not show it. But if you prepare a one-pager, in your mind starts becoming clearer. What's the investment? What's the return? And what exact steps will take place when this is happening, right? So they will think that, okay, you have thought it through. And many people miss these kind of steps, what will happen once your ask is to be fulfilled, or what are the things that will follow once the ask is fulfilled. So it is critical for your ask to be approved if you have thought it through. Let's continue further. So if there is a cost involved, think what can be taken out. Prioritize them in a certain way. If a delicate step is involved, it's better to state that in advance, very, very clearly. If your manager discovers a delicate step at a later stage, it becomes very, very tricky. It's always good to say, yeah, these are a couple of things, probably politically sensitive or delicate, and this is what I'm informing you in advance. And again, while phrasing your ask, be in their shoes. That way you will be understanding what is possible, what is at the boundary line, what should be done, what might be done, etc., very clearly. And I will always suggest one more thing, that clearly state that whatever decision happens, you will be fully accepting it and you will be welcoming it, both. So that is the confidence that you have to generate in your manager or super manager, that you will be okay with whatever happens. And overall, if your thought process is that you're seeking funding for a startup, then how will you be short and sweet and to the point? That's how the ask has to be. And it has to be very, very clear as to what will be helped, as we discussed in the previous points. So the common points and plus the specifics when you are dealing with managers while asking. Now, if you're asking to your team members, what happens then? Please do provide the big picture. What might be obvious to you, what is obvious to you, need not be obvious to them. So please do provide the big picture. Then take them through the journey, how it will help them as an individual or as a team if they are contributing to what you are asking. And also be specific as to what skills they will gain while they follow you in this process. At the same time, it must be made explicit that they're joining a particular initiative, that this is beyond the regular task. No harm in doing that. If you are indeed looking for an ask which is beyond the regular task, it should be explicit. It made me explicit, and you will still get help, but people will know that there is very clearly help asked for and they are providing it. So do that. Yeah. Now, if you're asking your peers, so very clearly you have to be thankful in advance. Tell them how this will help your position. Be transparent about it. Being vulnerable is not bad. Being vulnerable gets you right support and right time. And they will appreciate it. And also be empathetic to their time invested. Talk about it, saying that. Be very, very explicit that you understand that they are doing it on top of their own deliverables, own things that they need to do. And now a fourth category, which also happens in corporate, is when you have volunteers outside your area of direct influence. So what will you do? You must be very clearly specifying what is the time load that you're looking for prior to the onboard, obviously, and specify the expectation that you have. And again, please do understand, just because somebody is volunteering, it is wrong on your part if you don't talk about your expectation. Make it clear so that they also know what deliveries are expected, how it is expected, in what time it is expected, and what kind of commitment is needed. So that always works well for both sides. And think and articulate the value that it will bring to them and the system. So don't rush. Work on your draft, revise it again, and then tell them what is the value that it is bringing to them. And yeah, obviously you will set a cadence to restate the objectives, remove the roadblocks that you will do. But remember, since they are neither your peers, nor your directory members, nor your manager, you have to be extra approachable. So these guys have not worked with you before. These guys are probably working with you for the first time or the last time. So be extra approachable so that they can openly share what kind of challenges that they have and how they might depend on you further as you take it forward. With this, we come to an end, more or less. Yeah. So what's the summary? If you are asking, and with diligent investment from your side is also there, you will make the whole organization aspirational. So don't mind if you're asking. You are asking to achieve something greater for the organization, and that is good. But at the same time, be thankful, be humble, and be focused on large objectives. The world will help you with your ask. Wish you happy asking and happy resolutions. All the best. Thank you.